Hey, if you just get on the call, let us know who you are and where you're calling from.
Hey guys, Jeff here from Ontario.
Welcome. Some more Canadians. I love it. We're waiting for two special Canadians. Matt and Harvey will be on the line pretty soon, I'm sure.
Okay. Look, Michael, while you're magic...
Yeah, the Lumberjack's on.
Very quiet.
Oh, hey, there's Harvey. How's it going, buddy?
About what you're doing.
Just sitting in the weeds over here.
Right on.
Matt Adams.
Matt, look at that. Seek and you shall receive. Harvey and Matt are on the call. We're going to get started in about a minute, guys. Get those last-minute messages out. Get the people on the call. We have a jam-packed call tonight. We're going to be talking about how to crush your challenge and how to find your why. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Grab a notebook, grab a pen. I suggest you get ready to take notes because we have some amazing people on the call tonight. You just get on the call, let us know who you are and where you're calling from.
My name is Magic. I'm a magic person. I live in Australia. It's a mecca of magic, and I'm for round two. So I brought a message back.
All right. Well, to respect everybody's time, we've got our guest on the line. Your host is here. This is Pat Ryan. Welcome to the Tuesday night Team Vi Hope Call. We do this each and every Tuesday to try to help bring some extra hope to the Vi community. This is a group of 100-pound club members that got together and decided to pay it forward. And we do this every Tuesday because we love it, because it keeps us going. It keeps us on our challenge. My name is Pat Ryan. I'm a national Body by Vi active champion. Almost 2 years ago to the date is when I won. And 3 years ago to this date is when I hit the 100-pound club. So this is a pretty cool day for me. I've lost 150 pounds in multiple challenges now. I'm coming up on 4 years on the challenge. I've built 20 pounds of muscle. I've been featured on bodybuilding.com. I've started acting again. My entire life has changed, all because of making a decision to say yes to the challenge. We've got some incredible stories, and I'm going to bring my co-host on right away. And she's going to get going with her story. And then the first guest, Faith, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear. Guys, if you don't know who Faith is, you should start getting ready to Google her all the time and look her up in the Guinness Book of World Records because it is coming soon. This woman has lost over 160 pounds, I think now, built numerous pounds of muscle, and is Vi's strongest woman. And I am proud to call her a friend. Faith, take it away.
Thank you, Pat. Well, we talked about earlier today, we were going to talk about our why. And for so many people, it's really important to get really emotionally connected to your why so that you can stay focused on your challenge. A lot of people on the line typically have a fair amount of weight to lose. And so it's not something, for me, it wasn't something that was going to resolve itself in one challenge. Heck, it didn't resolve itself in 2 challenges, 3 challenges. I've also been on the challenge for 4 years, and I didn't hit the 100-pound club until just last September, right before Vitality. For me, I felt like it was a really long road. It was never a straight line down, I got to tell you, but I stayed focused. I just constantly found ways to challenge myself. The first challenge for me was actually being able to get up and get out of bed. I had 4th-stage deterioration in my knees, no cartilage, and the doctors told me I had the knees of a 70-year-old woman. However, I was too young and too overweight for them to replace them at the time. So they put me in bed for a few months in hopes that the bones would regenerate. And so for me, that was my first why. And, for some, your why is going to change. As your challenge morphs into other things, your why will continually change. And so as time went on, I got stronger and I got better at things. And I continue to challenge myself each and every 90-day period. Now I'm doing some pretty insane things. But at the beginning, it was just one day at a time, one step at a time, one shake at a time, staying focused, staying on your goal, and really realizing for me that the challenge was a lifestyle. It wasn't just a 90-day quick fix. It wasn't going to be something that I just did for 6 months. I really had to realize for me, someone who's lost and gained hundreds and hundreds of pounds literally over my lifetime, in order for me to find something that was going to work long-term for the rest of my life, which is what the challenge has become for me, it was to realize that it was a lifestyle and that I needed to make lifestyle long-term changes. And so that's what I've done, and I just continue to challenge myself. Right now I'm actually training for a WBFF competition 90 days from now, actually 87 days from now. I have to be on stage in a bikini and a pair of heels. I'm not sure which scares the crap out of me more, the bikini or the heels, but that's my big challenge now. But I'm excited because I get to introduce a national weight loss champion, Matt Adams. Matt, are you on the line?
I am, Faith. I'm here.
Hi, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm awesome.
Yeah, we can hear you great. I'm really excited because I hear that you are super, super close to crossing that line for the 100-pound mark.
Absolutely, and I'd be happy to join you as well in the 100-pound club. And I'm actually grateful that you set up the call because you're such an inspiration watching you try and break that world record, which you're going to absolutely do, and crush that, look awesome in the heels and in the bikini contest. So that's pretty awesome as well. So, I'm about 90. I'm at 98 pounds and just ready to rock. But the challenge has been such a great blessing in my life. I was kind of on the fence when it was first brought to my attention, but I knew I needed to make a change. And, I was kind of like, oh, is this going to work? Is this going to be one of those things? But in the back of my mind, I knew I had to make a change. And it was for my son. My son was my why. My son had a rough start. He was in sick kids hospital in Toronto for the first 5 weeks of his life. And for the first couple of weeks, we weren't able to pick him up. So I asked to sit beside his bed, and I'd sit there and look at him, and I'd watch him fight. And I thought, well, I'm capable. I can be doing better things with myself, and so I could be a better version of myself for him. So when we got home, when we got out of the hospital, and we got back, I was still heavy. I was 321 pounds, and I was, struggling to bathe him, struggling to get down and play with him. I was out of breath. So out of frustration, I was like, this is it. I got to join this challenge. So I lost 38 pounds in my first 90 days. And then I was like, wow, this is fantastic. So this is the first time I've been below 300 pounds, and I've been shopping at the Big and Tall store for over 17 years. So, I thought, well, now I'm feeling better. So I went to the gym. I tried doing some working out. It wasn't as painful, and it wasn't as laborsome. It was still hard, but didn't feel as bad. So I thought, well, I'll jump on to my next challenge. And I lost 47 pounds in my next 90 days. So that put me at 85 pounds. And one of the most important things I did was enter to win. You see, everybody sees the video. They see, enter your results. And people are like, oh, I'm not sure if you're going to win. Well, I took the chance. I won Eastern Regional Canadian Champion. And then I got very fortunate to go to Houston, and I was crowned national champion in front of 10,000 crazy Visalians. So it was such an epic experience for me. And, since then, my goal has just been, now I'm doing the quarter marathon on July 25th. I'm going to be working towards a half marathon coming in the fall. And, maybe even hint, I might start training for a marathon. So just making my impossibles possible.
That's awesome. It's interesting that you say that. One thing I always loved about Kelvin's story was that it was his kids who inspired his why. And so to hear that from you as well, your son cut from the same cloth. He's a fighter, obviously, and that was something that inspired you to start fighting for your own health and for your own life. And it's funny that we will often do for others, we won't do for ourselves. And so I find a lot of people like to connect their why to their family and to those that they love. I also love that you started where you were at, and you didn't try to run a marathon in your first 90 days. However, you did what you were capable of, and you just continued on. And as you got stronger and as you got better, you started also challenging yourself for bigger and better things. And I think that's really important for people on this call to realize is that, you might hear from some of us and think, oh, my God, I could never, ever do that. However, day one of our first 90-day challenge, for some of us, we were just able to walk around the block. Matt, I really love your story. I love following your story. I can't wait to see you run those marathons and, continue to inspire others and continue to inspire now your son and your family. So I really want to thank you for coming on the call and sharing your story. I know you continue to inspire many, many people around us. Pat, are you here?
Well, thank you so much,
Faith. Listening. Go ahead, Matt. Say what you got to say, please. I want to hear more.
Well, just I just want to appreciate. Thank you, and when you're starting, one of my suggestions is even when you're getting started, if nothing changes, nothing changes. That's the profound kind of message that came along, and so just making that first step, and for me it was all of a sudden, if this happened to me. Because I said to my wife at 70 pounds didn't seem reasonable 70 pounds ago. So that's why the focus is to stay on your 10 pounds and just keep celebrating those. So thank you again. Thanks for having me on here. It's been such a pleasure. And, everybody keep sharing your challenge results, and we'll keep cheering you on.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Faith. Two awesome Canadians. This call, for you guys that don't know and didn't do live, is all Canadians. And I've got one more that I'm going to be bringing on. And usually when we do the Team by Hope, we're always talking about weight loss. We focused on 50 pounds or less. But once a month, we like to bring on our VI experts. And our VI experts aren't always in it just for their own loss. They're in it for other reasons, and a lot of the time to share the challenge with everybody and to help change the world. And this man that I'm bringing on right now is one of them. When you start to lose weight, when you get involved in this business, you need to find mentors. And this was a mentor that I met. I don't even know when I met Harvey. It was a couple of years ago now, and every time we see each other at events, big hugs, big high fives, it's like we're brothers, and it's fantastic. This man is a Canadian VI model. He won in 2013 and is a 4-star ambassador. Harvey, are you there?
I'm here, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, brother. Tell us about your journey to VI model. It's different than our weight loss journeys, and I really got to hear. And I want to know what makes you tick, what your why is. I mean, I know you got those kids. You got your crazy, cool, amazing kids. That Uptown Funk video was awesome. But I need to know. I know a lot of your why, but I know they don't. So please share with us.
Right. As with most people who have kids, obviously we want to set the standard for our kids and be the role model and give them the opportunities that we never had. So absolutely, that kind of comes without question that our kids are probably our biggest why. But what a lot of people probably don't realize about me, because it's not something that just generally comes up in conversation, is that I've always been the underdog. And if you see me today, you might not see it that way because of some of the things I've been able to accomplish and do in my life. But long ago, when I was in high school, I was always the underdog. I was always the most untalented, tiniest, weakest, quietest person around, but I was always the hardest working. And so being the underdog for me, and when somebody tells me I can't do something, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'm sure we've all been told that at some point by somebody that we're not good enough, we're not capable enough, you'll never do this, you'll never do that, you're not smart enough, you're not. For whatever it was in my brain, that was something that just triggered. I was like, okay, well, guess what? You're going to have to watch me do it now. You've poked the bear, you've woke me up, and no matter how small I was, I didn't realize how small I was. So right now, when I won VI model, I was 6'4", 225 pounds with very low body fat percentage. But when I came out of high school, I was 160 pounds at the same height. Right, so if you could imagine, just look out your front window and look at that little fence post there. Yeah, the metal ones with the chain link fence. That was about the size of my legs in high school. But so it's been a journey for me, and the reason why I share that with you is because I just made that commitment to myself, and I found some mentors, like what Pat was sharing with you, that mentors are so important because they help keep you on track. They help give you the tools and the mindset to be able to achieve whatever your goals are. Right, and maybe with this starts with a physical transformation. You start moving in that direction, but it starts to transcend into all of these other areas of your life that you never realized. And before you know it, because you made such a commitment to your transformation, you start learning how to make these other commitments to the rest of your life and really surrounding yourself with better people. You start surrounding yourself with more success. You start surrounding yourself with people that are better than you because you aspire to be with them, and the right people will lift you up. And that's what I love about this whole VI Hope community, is that that's what you guys do. You guys bring everybody together. It doesn't matter where you start. It's just a matter of following through with your journey and staying consistent. Picking each other. It's guaranteed you're going to get knocked down, and you guys all know that, right? But having a group like yourselves surrounding each other, you're not going to be down for long. I guarantee you. And you guys, I don't know if you realize this, but you guys inspire me. I mean, you guys are underdogs just like I was, different spectrums, different stories, but it's the same thing, right? And, I think that what I loved about the challenge when I saw this from the beginning was that whether you're a pro athlete like I was, or you're someone who has 100 pounds to lose, the challenge can help every single demographic that we come across, whether it's kids, older generations, like I'm saying. So it's real inspiring to see how much hope it gives people by following a simple system, and people start feeling great right away. So really, don't get too hard on yourselves. If there's one tip I could give you guys, is just start following the system and start getting really good at one thing at a time. Try not to overhaul everything all at once, because that's too overwhelming. But start with one thing at a time. Whether that's just adding 1 or 2 shakes a day into your routine, whether it's adding more water into your daily routine. But just don't overwhelm yourself that you have to be perfect every day and beat yourself up over it. And stop listening to those people who don't have what you want and aren't the kind of.
Hello?
It's Faith. I'm still here, but I wonder if we lost Harvey.
I think we did. I don't know who else.
Oh, bummer. He was on a roll.
Dave, can you unmute the line if you're there, or did both Faith and I both drop?
No, Dave said he got dropped. Or maybe you and I got dropped.
I'm going to dial right back in, and I'm going to leave you off, okay?
Okay.
I can hear you, Faith.
Hey guys, sorry about that. This is Harvey. I just bumped offline somehow. Is Pat or Faith still on?
Pat's back on right now too.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'll just finish up here real quick. I appreciate everybody's time here. My whole trip to Model was an unexpected one. It was something that I just got passionate about, helping other people see results with the challenge, how simple it was, how exciting it was, and for me, that was the intrinsic motivator for me. Like, it's great for me because I've been doing it for my whole life pretty much, but to see the transformations and the hope that goes back into people's, just for losing 10 or 20 pounds that they didn't think they could possibly lose, right? And then it just, for someone to be able to, like you guys, being able to lose 100 pounds, man, that's life-changing. I couldn't imagine how that must feel to have that weight off your body and how much more freeing it is. So getting voted, that was probably the part that felt the best, is that the community voted for me to represent you guys on the cover of the magazine and represent an entire nation of Canada. Couldn't have found a bigger honor, and I take a lot of pride in what Vi represents, and I plan on being here for a long time. So if any of you guys want to reach out to me on Facebook, it's just Harvey Stables, and I'd be more than happy to connect with you guys and give you guys any support you need.
Harvey, thank you so much, guys. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, but we're going to continue on. Harvey, we've been friends for a long time now. We always get to chat, and you are so supportive, and you can see it just talking to you. I see the pride that you feel for us. I see when you talk to Matt Adams and the big hug you got when you won, and that's why I know how important it is to you, and what helps me get my why going after 4 years of doing this as well. So, brother, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in Vitality. I think that'll be the first time I'm seeing you. I'm at RST in Chicago. You went to LA, I assume, right?
Absolutely. Well, I'm working on trying to get there for Chicago. I got a few people, but without fail, I will be there at Vitality. And thank you so much for all the inspiration you guys give. I appreciate it.
Truly our pleasure, Harv. Thank you so much. So, guys, it's been tips on how to crush your challenge. And there you've got some challenge crushers. Matt Adams, 2 pounds away from the 100-pound club and a national weight loss champion. You got Harvey Stables, who is a Vi model, former pro football player, started as a skinny runt, but now is a buff and on the cover of romance novels. And then you've got Faith Sims, Vi's strongest woman, who's lost 160 pounds, so much body fat, it's ridiculous, built muscle, and started to pull planes and trucks to set a Guinness Book of World Record. Myself, 150 pounds lost now, but when I started this journey, my why has changed, and this is what I want to talk about. Your why changes. As you go, you grow. If you don't grow, if you don't continue to learn, you're going to die. So you need to keep going. When I started, my doctor told me I was a walking heart attack. He told me if I didn't do something about it, if I didn't have gastric bypass, I was going to die. I had my 1.5-year-old son with me. I have 2 older kids that are 16 and 18 now, and at the time, I didn't care. I'd given up on life. I told Lauren that if I made it to 60, I'd be happy. And that was no good. So when the doctor gave me that death sentence, it became a why. Because I have kids, and I wanted to live for my kids. And that's what started to happen for me. And I lost 56 pounds in my first 90 days. And I continued to focus on them and stay committed to it. And do you know why? Because I wrote it down. I wrote my why down, and I carry pictures of my kids, and I look at them every day. Every day during that first 100 pounds, that was my goal. And then when I lost my 100 pounds, there's a lot that you might not know. I was at Vitality in Miami in 2012, and we do the 100-pound club walk on stage now, and everybody gets up on stage. Well, at that point in time, there were 20,000 people in the arena, and I brought my daughter, who was 14 at the time. She was having some troubles. I brought some teammates with me who'd saved up money to be there, and I was ready to inspire them because I'd lost my 100 pounds. I walked for 8 miles in Miami with garbage bags on to lose my last 2 pounds. And the crowd started getting crazy for the 100-pound club, and they started to announce it. And I stood up, and I got ready to run across the arena to get to the stage, and then they announced 3 names. Mine wasn't one of them. And I was disappointed. I was heartbroken. I thought that I had failed the people that had come with me. I thought that I had failed. Even though I'd lost 100 pounds, I was ready to give up. I stood up at Vitality, and I said, let's get the hell out of here. I quit. And you know who remembers the guy that quit? Nobody. Nobody remembers that. So we were out walking, and my daughter said, Dad, what do you mean you quit? Are you going to eat cheeseburgers and pizza and get fat again? Because you can't do that to us. You've come so far to save yourself for us. You need to continue going. And my 14-year-old daughter is what gave me my next reason why. And that disappointment on stage for not being up there, my why became selfish. I needed to prove to myself that I was worthy of that stage. I needed to prove to myself that I could become a champion. Because my whole life, I used to be a pro wrestler, and I quit. I used to be a college football player, and I quit before I knew the NFL. I quit. And you know who remembers me? Nobody, except for a couple of people I might have hurt in the ring or on the football field. So I found a new focus, and I wanted to become a champion. And I thought to myself, 1 year from the date, Vitality is when I will become champion. And I planned it out. I had this new why, and I wrote it down. I put it on my fridge. I put it on my mirror in my bathroom. I visualized it each and every day, and I trained for it, and and it happened. So when you develop a why, it needs to be something that is so strong. At first it's your kids, and it continues to grow on. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to renew it, and often, because once you hit a goal, what are you going to do? Just stop? No, you got to keep going. So my motivation now, after all of that, becoming a champion, after saving my health for my kids, is to save the lives of others. And that's what Team Vi Hope is all about. We are out here to share the challenge with new people. We are out here to share the challenge and our experience with people that are on the challenge. And we are out to spread the word and bring hope to the Vi community. Because without hope, your why isn't going to mean much. You need to get the mindset. You need to believe so you will achieve. Follow your why and find your hope. And I hope that this call has helped you today. With that, this is Pat Ryan. This call is officially over.
Wow.